This anime begins with a massive war between human against the last remaining demon lord and his army. His army is remarkably very strong. But the humans are supported with mages that heals their wounds by shooting an arrow containing healing magic, which basically revives the dead, to fight again. Inside the castle, Leonis, the demon lord, is informed by his personal maid assassin that reminds me of. Her name is Sherry. She tells him that he is the last remaining demon lord in this planet. As a powerful dragon is bombarding his castle, and a tree-like creature is dominating the battlefield. Defeat seems to be imminent for Leonis, which infuriates Leonis to unleash his flames of darkness with his staff to join the fight. But his wolf, named Blackies,
that's gotta be racist, there's no way,
reminds Leonis about his promise that he made with the goddess of rebellion, Riselia, by that he shall not join the battle. Leonis chose to fulfill his promise and promises that in 1,000 years in the future, he will rise again to reclaim his throne. As his castle is being destroyed, Leonis descends to the darkness admitting defeat to the humans. 1,000 years after the dreaded day, two girls from the 18th platoon named Riselia and Regina sets out to explore and investigate reports of monsters called voids in the ruins of Leonis's castle that has emerged as a result of an earthquake. They are then reminded that combat are only permitted for self-defense. Suddenly, a sculpture fell right in front of the girls. As they get closer to investigate it, Riselia realized that it's a tomb designed to bury a king's personal objects. The girls then finds themselves a massive door. Regina's first instinct is to blow it down. Riselia, luckily born with a brain, noticed a writing on the door. She still doesn't understand the writing after scanning it with her phone. The door suddenly opened itself after Riselia accidentally touched it. Riselia, adopting an American mindset, pulls out her gun before asking questions.
I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of you.
The room then lights up, revealing a pathway to a massive crystal-like throne. Riselia is now alone, because Regina had decided to split up just seconds before the door opened. But this crystal seems to contain something weird as it broke her scanner. She noticed a human-like marking inside the crystal, so she once again pulls out her gun and started blasting. Cuts back to Leonis. He had finally found Riselia, which strangely resembles Riselia. Riselia reminds Leonis that a vessel resembling her power will appear to him as a form of a human child. It is his duty to find them. Riselia smiles and fly away to the distance as Leonis begs her not to leave him alone. Back to the bang 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 that has awakened Leonis. He thinks that the reincarnation ritual has been successful, but the sound of the gunshots are annoying Leonis as he doesn't like the American way so much that he decides as a demon lord reborn. Shows Riselia a glimpse of his power by breaking the crystal which knocked Riselia out. Leonis then finds himself mesmerized with Riselia's beauty, but she wakes up and asks what is a child doing here. Leonis is then shocked that his demon lord form now is a small boy, which is his previous form, before turning into the demon lord. Riselia, worried about the boy, she checks on him to see if he is injured. This infuriates Leonis that a mere human is touching the body of a demon lord. But not even a demon lord can fight the comfort of boobies. Sometimes later, Riselia shares her rations with Leonis. Riselia then introduces herself as a 15-year-old swordswoman in training for the 18th platoon at the 7th Assault Gardens Excalibur Academy. Leonis, who only understood Riselia's age and name, decides to be smart and use his advantage as an innocent little boy to gain information from Riselia. He starts off by proudly stating that his name, Leonis. He is proud of his name because it is given to him by a special person and brought terror and fear while on his reign. But Riselia thinks it's cute and calls him Leo. She then explained that she is here because of void monsters. Void is an enemy of mankind from another world and suddenly starts to appear 64 years ago. Regina, on the other hand, is having a bit of an issue, so she informs Celia that she is in combat. Celia is quick to react as she protects Leo. An ogre-class void breaks into the room. Riselia then prepares her gun to protect Leo. Leo, noticing her attacks does no damage to the ogre, decides to step in and shows his true power, as the ogre is approaching, but he fell face first to the floor. It suddenly gets destroyed by Regina's RPG. Regina then wonders who is the little boy, but the ogre, still not done, rises back up. Regina then changes the shape of her weapon to even bigger RPG and puts a hole right through the ogre. Leo, coming from an era filled with magic and sorcery, couldn't even fathom what the hell is Regina using. Regina then tells the two to run as she will handle the still not dead ogre. As they are running, Leo is worried with a body this week. He wouldn't be able to restore his kingdom to its former glory as he promised. He also knows that he cannot show his true power yet, because he needs all the information he can get from Celia. Suddenly a wyvern-class void appeared. Celia pushes Leo to safety and changes her gun into a sword to slay the beast. Leo once again decides to step in and show his true power, but Celia suddenly pushes Leo again. But because she turned her attention away from the beast, it slashed her, dealing a massive mortal wound. Leo rushes to her almost lifeless body. Celia, with her remaining strength, tells Leo to find Regina and get to the surface. She apologizes that she couldn't protect him. Another wyvern appeared in front of them. Another one appeared behind Leo. He then holds her hand as she begins to die. Leo had developed some feelings towards Celia because she had sacrificed herself for him, and all he did was use her for information. He then remembers the moment where Riselia, the goddess of rebellion, transformed his dying body into the demon lord he was before the reincarnation. The same attack that killed Celia couldn't even go through Leo's magic barrier. Leo then, deciding enough is enough, he turns to the wyverns and admit that he has taken a slight liking to this brave girl. With his staff, he will give them a fate worse than death. He unleashed Phase 8 gravity manipulation spell. He then weaponized his barrier, turning them into spikes that penetrated through the second wyvern. Seeing what this kid had done to its two best buddies, the third wyvern tries to run away, but Leo refused to let it run by unleashing a fire spell that burned the beast into bones. But even by that, he is still not satisfied, as the wyvern's bones still remains even after a Phase 8 sorcery. Leo realizes that in his current body, his magic power are a third of the strength they were during his heyday. Back to Celia, Leo admits that as a demon lord, human lives doesn't matter to him. However, he must pay tribute to a noble and courageous soul such as Celia because she sacrificed her life to protect him from danger. Leo then uses a healing spell that sucks all the spilled blood back to Celia's body. But a strange symbol appeared on Celia's right thigh, and for a while, Celia's eyes turned red as she regains her life. Meanwhile, Regina is communicating with Celia through a hearing device on her, but Leo has no clue on how it operates. Celia then regains consciousness and immediately hugs Leo because she is glad that he is okay. Leo finds this strange, since people would normally worry about themselves first. It then sets into her. How is she even alive after that blow? Leo then calms her down, telling Celia that her wound wasn't that deep, but Celia is confused when Leo mentioned he used a little magic to heal her wounds. Seeing this, Leo finally understood why the girls carried weapons such as guns, is because they know nothing about magic. Celia then remembers that Leo might be referring to holy swords. Even though most holy swords have destructive power following their owner personality, some have healing abilities as well. The weird thing is some children began to possess this powerful power, such as Regina's drag howl. Celia hasn't yet to be blessed with a holy sword of her own though. Regina then returns, looking at the destruction, asking if they had fought void monsters as well. Celia, not remembering what happened after the slash, asks Leo what happened to the monsters. Leo, still hiding his true identity, lies to the girls that the wyverns just randomly disappeared, suddenly losing her brain. Celia agrees that void tends to behave in a way humans don't fully understand. As they all leave the ruins on their motorcycle, Celia asks Leo to sit behind her. Regina then introduces herself as Regina Mercedes, Lady Celia's maid. But whole way through the trip, Regina keeps teasing Leo on having dirty thoughts while holding on to Celia's body. Leo is then shocked to see their home, humanity's last stronghold, which is built to resist the voids. It houses countless of holy swordsmen and their sword, the 7th Assault Garden. Alright, that's all for this episode. Please comment on what anime do you want me to recap next, guys.